Palantir Technology Inc.'s jumped almost 12% today, had an amazing performance for the day they released the numbers on the second quarter of 2021 earnings, and the numbers are astonishing. Let's get into diving into the details of these numbers and see exactly where Palantir is headed to the next 2 to 3 years, or maybe short term, next month, next week, and whether or not you should buy even with this astonishing performance as of today. By looking at the numbers, you will see exactly why they jumped so much today. First of all, Palantir was a company where not a lot of people were expecting it to be as profitable as quickly as they're turning into being. But the revenues jumping almost 49% in this quarter is definitely astonishing. On the EPS, earnings per share, it was exactly what the market was expecting, 4 cents versus 4 cents. On the revenue, actually, they delivered $376 million versus $352 that the market was expecting. Now, I don't believe these are really the numbers that are behind the rationale why it jumped more than 10% today. Because keep in mind that the market is actually always trying to price in, trying to discount, trying to bring what they're expecting in the future into today's world. And that's why tech companies, tech stocks, and what we call growth stocks are actually priced differently than the cyclical or the value stocks. Now, the guidance is really what I personally believe Palantir is headed towards new highs. Maybe not tomorrow, let's be realistic, but in the next short term. First of all, they're anticipating to have a full year adjusted free cash flow excess of $300 million. This is big, but bigger is they are addressing one of the main concerns the street had when they came in the market. Back then, people were concerned that Palantir revenue was always or majorly tied to the public space, with the government, with the feds. And what if with the new administration changing, those big contracts were not renewed? And that's why a lot of people didn't buy or didn't get into Palantir then, because they said, hey, maybe it would take a long time for them to kind of rotate, but they need to have that growth coming from the commercial space as well. And actually, Palantir is delivering that as quickly as possible, and that's why I think people are they're cheering the stock. All right, look, during this quarter alone, the commercial revenue surged 90%. That is almost doubling from year over year, and the commercial customer count also increased 32% from the previous quarter, not the previous year, from the previous quarter. Okay, and they are on track to more than double the commercial customer base by the end of this year. Are you kidding me? So you see that they are actually turning and showing the market that, hey, we are here to deliver. All right. Now, the company said it added 20 new net customers in the second quarter. And as of last year, in 2020, they had a total count of 149 customers. They signed 30 deals worth $5 million each or more, and 21 deals worth $10 million or more. This is definitely a very interesting guideline for the future. Now, with the stock breaching the $24.5 a share, because I can't remember the last time Palantir breached $22. It's been such a long time for a stock that went all the way to 45. You will say, is it now time to buy? I will say definitely yes. Why? Not because it went to 44. Because the guidance is looking way bullish than it was last quarter, and definitely more bullish than last year. The growing concerns that the market had, it's now being cleared out, and it will attract a lot more buyers. Now, as always, if you want to get in, make sure you made all your due diligence, but also I would not recommend getting in all in for now, because I would not be surprised if these continue to grow as of now, but definitely expect a pullback, especially with the whole inflation thing. And people are looking also at rates, and there is a conjunction between rates and tech stocks and growth stocks, and definitely Palantir is one of those. But to end this, guys, data is the future, and Palantir business is data. So this is definitely a $1 trillion company in the making. The question is not about if they're going to make it a $1 trillion company. The question is about how. Is it going to be in the next 2 to 3 years, or is it going to be in the next 5 to 10 years? And if you don't have time, if you have time on your end and you want to kind of let your cash sit there and grow, man, this is definitely a good play according to my personal opinion. Not financial advice. That being said, for now, I'm out.